Okay, in this video I'm going to show you a quick tutorial about how to use deep links in a custom email template. So let's click Add New Template. And the standard template is going to have this new option here, actually two of them. The deep link button and a deep link URL. I'm going to remove some of this stuff here, which we don't need to see. I'm just going to leave that, dear first name. And let's click this placeholder and add it to the template. And you won't touch this part. That's just telling on the back end that this is going to be a deep link button. And then we have three parameters that are separated by a pipe. So you have the button text, the button width, and where the deep link will go. So in this case, on these parameters, you're going to replace this entire text, including the curly brackets. You don't leave any of that. So you don't put your text inside there. Just completely replace that. And I'm going to call this one customer files. Actually, I'll say your customer files, since that's what they're going to see in the email. And the width, we'll set it to 200 pixels. Just put the number. You don't need to put anything else. And then the deep link. No quotation marks, just / and whatever the path is. You can just find that by looking at your own portal to get the correct one. I want to send them, after they authenticate, I'm going to send them to / customerfiles.html. I'm not going to put any kind of signature. Let's name this customer files, and I'll say your files in the subject line. All right, so that's about it. It's just a very simple placeholder in the template. So we'll save that, and now we're ready to use it. So let's scroll down here. There it is. All right, I'm going to pull up a test account that we can play with. I can click send email here. I can also just do it from the screen. There's a new option that's just compose email. This is just part of other updates, but it's very similar to like send account summary, but it just goes directly to the editor. So it's nice when you just want to use you just want to be able to type what you want. So it'll say compose email, and we will select our template that we created, which is customer files, and there's the button. Now it just rendered it. And if I right click this and I copy the link address, I'll show you what it looks like. It's just a big long token. So I have that already created, the token. I'm not going to send this. I'm just going to cancel out. I'll leave it on the screen. But let me open up this other browser just so I'm not messing up my own session. And I'm going to copy and paste in that link, which is essentially doing the same thing as if I would have clicked the button in the email. So it's going to go to this new component called Gatekeeper, which is part of every portal now, which it already did the authentication, and it just logged me in. It took me right to the customer files page, which is really cool. So it's a little bit different than the bill pay links. The bill pay links only let you pay. But I'm kind of looking at that again to see if that's the way it should be. In other words, if the user who is auto logged in, can they do other things? Right now they can only do one thing, which is pay invoices. But when you use a deep link, even though you're linked into this page, you can go to other parts of the portal. Okay, so now that I used the token, I used it, I will show you that you can only use it once. It's a one-time use. So if I wanted to go back in using the same token, the same link, I'm going to get this. It tried to validate the token, and it said it's already been used. Now, rather than just show this ugly message that this token expired, which you may not even know what the heck that is, it's going to tell you what you can do. All right, if I know the password, maybe I will just log in. So if I click this button, it's going to take me right to the login screen for the portal. If I don't know my password, I could go to this link and set up my password. That would basically take you to the password help screen, where you can type in your email address and then get a password reset. Or you can use this one, which is quite new now, is send a new link to my account's primary email address. And that's the one little catch to this feature. it will not, if you sent the one-time use link to some other email address, because you can do that. If you look at when you're composing, you can type any address you want here. But when you're asking for a new one, and this is really for a security issue, it does not send it to whatever email address was used before, because we don't really know for sure if that's the intent of the use of the token. Maybe they really do just want it to be used one time only and no more. However, the primary account holder always has access to the account. And so we will send the new link to the primary email address. So in this case, actually even with this one, it's not the same. It's a Gmail account. But that's okay. Let's do it. I have access to the account. So we'll click that. That just sent a request to the server to go ahead and send that out by email. So I'm going to go over to this other tab, which is a Gmail account. And there's the new token just came in, and it's very simple, although you can also edit this template on your portal to make it look however you want. But I've got this new auto login link, so I'm going to copy the link. Normally you would just click on that. Actually, I can do that. Let's just click it, and we're going to go to that gatekeeper component. It's going to validate the token and basically do the same thing again. It's going to take me to the exact same address and everything as the original token. So you see what I mean? Like, it just clones it basically and allows you to renew it. As long as the user can receive that email, they can do it. Alright, so we'll log out of there. So that's about it. I'm not going to send this out, but it's fairly simple to use. The one thing that you might also want to do, as I mentioned, was go into this new template right here, which is the template for your auto login token reissue. So if you want to change the look and feel of that one, or you want to change the wording, or even the way the button is rendered, what it actually says, you can go into this template and make some changes to it. Like on this one, I did. I put this logo and stuff in here. And here's another example of one of those kind of buttons where you have parameters. So if you see that pipe symbol there after the type of button or placeholder, it means you can change this. So this is the text, your new auto login link, and 250 is the standard width, but again, you can change it to whatever you want and even change the wording to whatever you like. And of course the subject line. So there's a lot of flexibility with this. I think this is going to be, I'm going to be expanding on this a little bit. Like I said, I think ultimately when sending out a bill pay link, I think that whole system is going to be migrated over to using the gatekeeper, because it's just way better to be able to allow the user to regenerate a new token if they really need to. Right now, I think the only thing you can do is go to I think there is a facility for doing it, but it's not nearly as sophisticated as the gatekeeper is. So I think that's going to ultimately replace the way the bill pay links work, and it's all going to go through that gatekeeper screen that you saw before. Alright, so that's basically deep links in a nutshell. This will be documented on the help site as well, and so I hope this helped out a little bit to see how it works.